Welcome back. This is Mukul Yudhvir Singh for Autocar Professional. We're here at Automechanika 2026. Standing with me is a very happy man, Aakash Minda of Spark Minda. Akash, highest consolidated revenue ever posted by Spark Minda. How happy are you today?
So firstly, thank you, Mukul. And we at the group are very happy. We've just, yesterday had our board meeting and we posted the highest ever revenues of 1,560 crores in the quarter three, which is a 25% growth year on year. And at YTD, within 9 months, it's a 20% growth year on year, outpacing the automotive industry.
Are you satisfied? You're happy, but are you satisfied?
Uh, yes, I would say for the performance it is, but yeah, there's a long way to go. We've set ourselves, with a much higher target of 17,500 crores, for Vision 2030, and this is just the first step after unveiling that vision. So our objective is how we are going to continue to be on this roadmap and achieve our committed numbers so that we can achieve our Vision 2030.
Interesting. Akash, a lot of people, don't understand the fact that automotive industry is an industry where the gestation periods are very long. So the performance of this quarter is not decided by what you planned in the last quarter,
Correct.
but what you planned years back. Right? What led, when did you start planning? When did you see this in your focus that you would do this?
So I think great question, but see, it's all a journey, right? About a year and a half ago, we all understood that we have to grow and we have to bring scale. And with that objective, the first thing is bringing the front end, which is the top line, and then everything else follows with it. And the top line can come by various factors, but I think we focused on the top three, four things. So one is focusing on deeper penetration with the customers. Second is our product premiumization and product penetration. Third is focusing on the exports market. And fourth is the new partnerships and new products that we bring in for with our strategic collaboration, as well as through our technical center. So I think these are the four pillars that have led to growth over the last 9 months, as well as to the years coming forward. This is one of the important factors. One additional factor which is going to add up is our strategic partnerships. So we recently concluded a couple of partnerships in the last year, and we are working with a few of them. That is something that we're going to work forward.
Interesting. What specific segments would you credit the most that contributed to this success?
So it's been two-wheelers and commercial vehicles for us. Passenger vehicle is drastically growing as an organization. All our product lines are now being focused towards passenger vehicle. So that's where we're getting a big leap and a big entry into the all the four-wheeler OEMs as well. Electronics products is something which is now taking up more and more, a pie of the revenue. Where whether it's the vehicle access or whether it is our driver information system, which is all the clusters in our electronics like wireless chargers, shark fin antennas, the EV product lines such as the high voltage connectors, high EV wiring harnesses, etc., and even the die casting products, which are now more in terms of the weight as well as the architecture. That is something that is now taking up shape. So these are the areas that are going to be credited.
You're setting up several new facilities, right? Are they more in focus for four-wheelers? Because as you said, PVs is something that you want to focus more on. Or if I ask this question this way, 5 years down the line, do you think that passenger vehicles will contribute equally to your revenues as two-wheelers and CVs do today?
Yes, organically it is going to march forward. It may not be towards the equal, but that's our objective. Again, most of our products are now being focused towards passenger vehicle because the more of electronics and more of kit value coming in. So, for example, sunroof that we recently added, switches that we recently added, instrument clusters, that and the complete cockpit domain controllers that are now going into the passenger vehicles. They are again high kit value product lines. So these are some of the products in the vehicle access space, door handles, power tailgates, other things that are now going to be adding more and more focus towards the passenger vehicle domain.
Interesting. Electronics and high kit values in focus, right? But they would also mean a lot of investment from your side to be able to. You would need more SMT machines. You would need more EMS partners. So is that all in place?
Yes, I think an important area for us going forward is building supply chain resilience at scale. Now, this includes not only deeper localization but backward integration of electronic parts as well as of our child part components that we're looking at. What we can do in-house with our supply chain partners, outsourcing, building partnerships for deeper localization in the areas of connectors, displays, cameras, PCBs is something that we're already moving forward. So yes, the investments are going to be there, but it is all going to be focused on how we build our core.
Interesting. Let's talk some numbers, right? If you were building 100 child parts today, or if you were dealing with 100 child parts today, how many do you think would you be designing and manufacturing on your own, let's say half a decade from now?
I think it's a very big, vague question, but see, I think our import dependency has to be reduced. That's number one, particularly in the case of electronics and wiring harness connectors. So in the connectors space for front, we are currently importing somewhere about 30 to 40% of our connectors, and we have set up our own facility. We are partnering up with other companies as well, which is going to bring down our dependence for India. And now we're going to be manufacturing for India and for the world. That's our number one objective. Number two is on the electronics front. Of course, investments into the PCB facilities, EMS product lines, display manufacturing, cameras, other such things is something that we're already investing for our captive consumption in the field of driver information, ADAS, and all these aspects. That is something that we are currently focusing on for building that.
Interesting. And when you say the focus is going to be both India and abroad, right? How much do you think the imports would contribute to your overall figures 3 to 5 years from now?
So, see, I think as soon as we try to bring down the imports, the technology changes and the imports go back up, right? So it's not a number per se, but the idea is that how we can be below that sub 10% mark. Of course, we are much higher than that because there is a lot of dependency on the imports as of now as India as a whole. But because the government has also recently launched a scheme of ECMS and other things, which will allow the entire industry to kind of invest in India. It will take about a couple of years because it needs a lot of approvals from the customers, investments, all that is in place, and India is investing. So is the automotive industry, auto component industry, and Minda Corporation. So I think that is the focus, but numbers are probably a little hard to say, but that's where we're heading.
Interesting. And on the export part?
So exports, see currently about 7 to 8% of our group is exports, so which is somewhere about 500 crores. And our Vision 2030 says go to 1500 crores. So we're going to 3 times our export from here. So the plan is already in place. We are looking at both US and Europe particularly, primarily in the product lines of castings, wiring harnesses, instrument clusters, lock sets, and of course some of the child part components that we're looking at.
Interesting. One last question, Akash. Let's close this interaction today with your moonshot for India's automotive industry.
I think the overall industry is expected to really bounce from the EV side and the the new product technology side perspective. I think that's where are the two most important steps which the India is really investing in, and of course supported by the government. I think all of these two things, both of these things are going to definitely help India as well as the overall industry, take it forward. All customers are doubling their capacities. We can see, four-wheeler going from currently 4 million to about 8 million, or 7 million in about 5 years. I think the overall scale is growing up, and it's going to be a mix of everything: localization, new technology, industry coming together. A lot of things are happening. But yes, the investment in engineering and technology, building our own technology indigenously, that's I think going to be the key, which is where we are doing.
Perfect. That was Aakash Minda with a moonshot that we need to build our own engineering capabilities here in India. This is Mukul Yudhveer Singh signing off for Autocar Professional. Stay tuned.